Wakundwas, welcome. Why are you laughing?
How you say hello?
See, I'm psych, I have energy. Welcome back, my dear Wakundwas. I hope you have had a lovely week and time and everything fantastic. And welcome to another video, another session. And here, as usual, I have my one and only best friend. Not my one and only, so the others. Yes. Sorry. Yes, she's also my best friend, my very good best friend. I know you've seen her many times. Very a woman of wisdom, and I've invited her today. We want to talk about something so crucial that is happening in the current world, in the current, events. That is why marriages are breaking and why it is becoming it's like a pandemic for families, right? It's like another pandemic, because you're wondering, after this you hear someone else, after this you hear, and sometimes these are big people that you follow, that you know, and we are led, she is led as well. We are all led to talk about it because of this conviction we have. And so please welcome Madam.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Yeah.
Hello, Wakundwas.
Wakundwas. Yes.
Hello, Wakundwas. What is Wakundwas?
Wakundwas means loves. My loves.
Oh, hello, Lucy's loves.
Yeah.
Hello, Wakundwas.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about?
You know her name.
I am Cassandra, and this is my best friend. My very best friend,
yes.
My spiritual partner, my prayer partner, and a lot more.
Very many things, very many titles we carry with each other. So we are talking about marriages.
Big topic.
Very big, very crucial, very delicate, and involving so many emotions. And so we are trying to be as sensitive as possible, but at the same time take every word to God, pray about it, and come to your own. Let Him speak to you according to your situation. Okay. Yes. So we are talking about marriages. Man, have you seen the rate at which marriages are breaking?
Yeah.
It's
saddening.
It's saddening. It's even like fear. It makes you have fear.
Be afraid of getting married.
Yeah, exactly. To be afraid of getting married. You have that. You are walking in what is it called? Eggshells.
Eggshells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you are looking forward to get married. Okay. Yeah. So why is that? Why?
So first of all, let me say that marriage is a good thing because God created it. He saw that it was not good for man to be alone, and so He brought Eve as company. So man was already there. So God saw that it's not good for him to be alone, and so He created Eve to be his helper. So marriage is God's idea, and it's a good thing, and you shouldn't be afraid of marriage. You shouldn't really be afraid of sharing your life with someone.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So as if you're a single woman or a single man, pray about it and ask God to lead you to the right person, to the person He has created for you. You know, the way Adam saw Eve, and he said that, behold, now bone of my bones.
Yes,
you remember that
flesh? Yes.
So I pray, and as you wait, as a single person, as you wait, that may God lead you to that person He has kept.
Bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh.
And it's possible. Yes. It's possible. And for those of us who have had marriages that have been toxic, and one thing has led to another, and they've had to leave their marriages, it doesn't mean that it's over for you. There's hope, and you can still get remarried.
Exactly.
So you don't do away with marriage. Don't say that all women are bad or all men are bad. There are good people out there, and one that didn't work, it doesn't mean that all will not work. And sometimes you may have been in a bad one.
Yes.
You may have, maybe you got into marriage because of a circumstance, maybe you got pregnant, maybe you know,
something
selfishness led you to that person.
Yes.
And so it wasn't grounded on love first, and so it didn't, it wasn't solid, you know. Yes. The ground that marriage stood upon wasn't solid, and it wasn't built by God. Exactly. So, you know, if we have not made God our rock, sometimes the foundation will break, because our rock is not Jesus, who is the rock, you know. So
it's Jesus.
Yes,
it's Jesus who is the rock.
Jesus is the rock. Exactly. So if we do not make him our rock in our relationships, in our lives, then that foundation may break. So if yours is broken, it doesn't mean that it's over. So
lost is not hope. Lost. All hope is not lost. And so exactly, I hope this encourages someone who's there, or who's in a,
you don't give up
love on love. Exactly.
Yes.
And if it's really but okay, let's come back now. What is the cause? What is happening? Are everyone turning evil against each other?
Okay, I think I tend to think sometimes people are selfish, you know, because everyone wants things for themselves. Maybe they got into that marriage because of a selfish attitude. They wanted this person because this person is rich, or this person is giving them this service. So they got into that for their own. You know, first of all, I can say that marriage is something that you give. It's a service, you know. It's not for you, you're giving.
It's a calling.
And you're giving out yourself.
Exactly.
You give, and love is not, you know, love is not an action. It's a doing one. You keep doing it.
Yes.
And that is how, you know, at some time, at a point, you get into marriage and you don't want to do love.
You think you are the one who's supposed to be done things.
Yes.
And it's not supposed to be like that.
So I think sometimes it's selfish, and that you want everything, people to pour into you. You know, you can't pour, people can't pour things into you and you're not pouring.
Exactly.
You have to give. You have to sow a seed. In a marriage, in a relationship, everywhere you have to sow and reap. So what are you sowing in that marriage?
Actually, it's like the same thing. It's like your job. If you're a doctor, you can't just sit down and expect a salary at the end of the month without you working. There's any kind of work, any kind of a calling. But if you're a priest, if you're a student, you have to go to class.
Yes.
You have to go, give a service, give an action for you to receive back.
Yeah.
So it's the same way this institution is also
you have to sow into it, to give into it, so that you may reap. If you want love, give it. If you want respect, give it. Whatever you want to get, you have to give the other person. And you have, it's more of giving in a marriage.
Actually, it's just giving.
It's more of giving, and you continually ask God, because we are humans and we get tired sometimes. You continually ask God to fill you with these things. And you know, Corinthians says that love is, you know, what Apostle Paul said, love is patient. Love, we ask God to fill us with these fruits, and we continually go to God and continually read the Bible, so that we get these fruits.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they will not just come. You have to really dig in and
you have to put in the work. You have to put in
so that you're able to get this. You attach yourself to the vine, and the vine is Jesus. So when you attach yourself to him, you will bear good fruit. And when you're bearing good fruit in the marriage, then it will not be hard for you to give out. To give out love. But one thing, don't give out until they squeeze out of you. Anyone who squeeze everything until you have also to be able to feed yourself, so that you can give. You know, you cannot give what you don't have.
Be giving until
you're not taking care of yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to reap, to sow that seed into yourself. You have to love yourself to be able to give love. You have, you know, these things.
Yes, exactly.
You cannot give what you don't have. So if you are in a place, and like I was telling you yesterday, that the first thing that God created Adam, and then you see, that was life. He created Adam and
Yes.
then breathed life into him.
Exactly.
Life. So life came first, and then Eve.
And then Eve, exactly. So
Life came first before marriage.
Eve.
So your life is more important
Important.
than even the marriage. Ladies. So you take care of your life. If you're in a place where your life is being threatened, your life is more important than that place.
Exactly.
Yes, than that marriage, than relationship, that, you know, that place
That
is
friendship,
threatening your life.
yes.
You're
Whatever.
continually depressed. You're continually, you know, when you get depressed, you get these lifestyle diseases.
Exactly.
And then
They end up your life.
They end up your life. And you see, we are created to do good works. And the first thing, we are created, meaning we have the life. The life itself, we do good works in the life itself.
First of all, the good works started when you were created.
Yes.
Before even the marriage.
Exactly.
Because you had a purpose. Even before God brought you to life. Because He thought of you and you were formed in the spirit before you were put in your mother's womb.
Yes.
So you had a purpose, and your purpose also existed when you were single.
Yes.
You are complete just as
yes.
you are. And so in whatever state you are, know that you're already full and complete.
Yes.
It doesn't take your marriage for you to be full and complete. No, that should not be your identity.
You see, like I was saying yesterday, when Eve came, Adam was already busy. Adam was already tilling land. He was taking care of the animals. I know you've read maybe the story in Genesis. Adam was already doing something. So even before you get there, what are you doing with yourself now? Are you doing your purpose now? And you know, we wait sometimes to do our purpose. Maybe when we think that we will be able to do our purpose when we get this job. But there, as a mother, as a wife, as an employee or an employer, at that place where you are at, that is where you start doing your purpose. That is where you start doing your purpose. And then continually now you'll get other purposes. And marriage is also a purpose.
Exactly.
So you know, if you're in a toxic place, you'll not be able to bear good fruits. Because you see, when, for instance, you have someone who is mistreating you, you will bear seeds of hatred instead of love and bitterness. Exactly.
Unforgiveness.
And then you are bitter, you are angry. So if you are these things, will you be able to give?
Exactly.
What you'll end up always giving is bitterness.
You
will end up hurting people because that is who you are. And you will end up attracting hurt.
Exactly.
You attract people who are hurt, people who are bitter.
And you end up with yourself hurting others. Hurt people hurt others.
Exactly. So I'd say that, first of all, your purpose is where you are at. And even if you are in a place that is causing you to not do good works because of the bitterness you're experiencing, the anger, the hatred, then you check yourself. You check yourself. It's about free will.
Sit yourself down. Have a talk one-on-one with God. Like read, as in just find out, is this what God planned for me? God has good plans. Yes, remember that verse?
Yes.
He had good plans for you, and you are not to die. You are to live, and to live a life of abundance.
Exactly.
So
and because your life came first, then you're supposed to really take care of it. Because life is very important to God. If God Himself, He gave us His Son to die for our lives, for us, then it meant that this life is very important.
Guard from death. Actually.
Guard it with all, like with everything that is you.
Okay, I have another question. You see, like, maybe it's the African society, because like whites and other continents, they're very, like, I think they're open to divorcing. Like they know what they can take and what they can't take. But like most Africans, I'm not saying all, but it's something that is seen. Like it's so hard for women to come out, or especially women. I don't know if men come out and say like, I'm divorcing you because you have been abusive or something like that. But most women take it in the African continent. Why is that? Is it because like it's more of the society, or you're like, I cannot because this is my whole life? Or is it also because of the principles of the Bible itself, which says forgive 77 times 7 times? Okay, where do we apply
And God
the
hates
patience, the
divorce.
fruits? Yeah, God hates divorce. The fruits of the Spirit, which is patient, being patient with someone, being gentle when he's lashing out at you. What are those? Where is the boundary of where? Because all these are God's laws.
Yeah, and another God's law is that of my people perish. God has said that my people perish because of lack of wisdom.
So this is
So God has also given you free will. He has given you wisdom. When He breathed life into you, He also breathed Himself into you. His wisdom. So you have His wisdom. So if you are in a place or in a space where you're feeling all these emotions, you are hatred, why continue living in a place where you're feeling all these things? I would say that you choose wisdom, because God has given you a free will to choose wisdom. Is this thing good for you? To choose life. Is this thing good for you? Answer yourself. Am I in a place where I am living His purpose? As a mother, because you have children, as a wife, you have children, you are a daughter, you are an employee, an employer. Are you doing good works as that person?
Exactly.
Are these things limiting you from being yourself? Maybe you are a writer, for instance, or a musician, but you cannot go to do these things because of this space. Maybe you're a minister, you cannot go to minister, you cannot write music because of these things. So, do you think you're doing God's purpose?
When every other purpose is even broken, and you're not performing anything. So I think it's time
for you to choose wisdom.
Choose wisdom. You have the will, because sometimes God will give you answers, do this and do this, but it's upon you. You have a will. You have the will to decide, and at the same time, we're not saying that with anything small you just get out. No.
You work on it.
Pray about it. Go to therapy. Exactly. Invite God, tell people to come and talk to you. But if you've done your best and there is nothing there's no fruit, there's no seed that is coming out, that is sprouting out, I think it's time before your life gets.
If you're in a place where your life is being threatened, you are depressed, you have these lifestyle diseases because of the stress, and you are being battered, then I think you should choose wisdom. And life is beautiful. Life itself is wisdom, and God created life first. That is what I would say.
Amen. So I think there's even that separation space where you can say, no, first check yourself, I check myself. If the person is really wanting for you to reconcile, seek God. Ask whatever steps he has taken for you to know that he or she has really changed, because you can also go back and then the thing also comes out again. So it's a matter of being very, I think you have to be very prayerful.
And also, it's prayer. Prayer is good. Prayer is you talking to God. But are you allowing God to talk to you?
Exactly.
And how does God talk to us? Through listening to devotionals, reading the Bible. If you don't plant that seed of you really going to God, and if you keep praying, how will you be able to hear God?
Exactly.
So you have to read the Bible to know what He wants. And what He wants for you,
what He says, what is His truth.
And if you cannot read the Bible, sometimes maybe kuna watu ushindwa, you can listen to a devotional. You can listen YouTube. Podcast, YouTube. You pick those short sermons.
Exactly.
And
actually,
you know it,
actually, whatever you're going through, pick a sermon according to that. If it's about maybe anger, go there, Google about anger words. What does God say about anger? Slowly you'll begin, your mind will be so blown away by God's truth about anger, about patience, about everything that you're going through. You'll fill yourself with the truth, and from there you can make a decision.
And above all, God loves you. God loves you so much.
And He said you will live long.
Yeah.
So dying at 50 because someone knifed you or shot you, that is not God's purpose.
God's desire is for us to live a long, victorious life.
Victorious life.
Yes.
Exactly.
And really, God loves you so much. And if He loves you, why wouldn't you love yourself? Check what you are allowing into your space, into your heart, and into your mind. Yes.
Thank you so much, my love.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm calling you. Yeah, she's my love. She's my best friend.
Thank you for having
This
me.
is so much gem. This is so much, so much. I cannot even, as in, it's beautiful. I hope we have encouraged you, Wakundwas, and I hope you are filled with God's love and with the truth of who you are in Him, in His identity.
Cheers.
Bye. On to the next.